In this third video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can do to triple the rate at which you close deals with your prospects. Yes, friends, today it's a trio of ways to use the number 3, so let's get started. 3-ball juggling, 3-card Monte, 3 singers in a trio, and it could just keep on going. While planning out this third video, the number 3 came to me, and I started playing around with how I could work it in, and well, you just saw what happened. And it's going to show up more. Hey, it's Barry with Showbiz Blueprint, and it is great to be back with you. If you've seen the last 2 videos and are back for this one, I believe you are ready for the big old bomb that I'm going to drop on you today. In this video, you'll discover the 3-letter word that could single-handedly ruin a marketing campaign, kill it dead in its tracks. And you won't need your 3D glasses to witness the full theatrical presentation. In fact, you might not need to look any further than your own website, video, or printed materials. Letting this word dominate your marketing messages feels so natural and instinctively proper, and it's almost always done by amateurs, and often by very talented amateurs who would be professional much faster if they rid these 3 letters from their message. First, let's do just a little bit of catch-up from the last 2 videos and answer a few of the questions and comments that have come in. In the first video, I shared a story that a bunch of you said could have easily been about you. The story of falling in love with an art form and then facing the struggle of turning it into a business that was profitable and still fun. And although I'm not a violent person, I told you I might have slapped someone who told me what I told you in the first video. In video 1, I also challenged you by saying that I didn't believe you were doing all you can to make the kind of splash you want to make in this world. I know the likes of us, and I can promise you that we aren't here because it's easy. There are dozens of things easier than building a successful entertainment business, and so far you haven't chosen to settle. I asked you to tell me about your big dreams for this business, and some of you were brave enough to speak up. Bravo! And if you watched the first video and chose not to comment, I'm assuming you still have a big dream and didn't believe in it enough to put it out. I invite you to revisit that opportunity and let that dream see the light of day in this forum that celebrates artistic achievement. In the second video, I talk about making ripples and how we will never be obsolete or outsourced. While the supply might become greater, those that learn to market effectively will never find themselves unemployed. To the contrary, the entertainer who discovers how to serve a client beyond their imagination will thrive, while others are waiting for the proverbial phone to start ringing. Later in that video, we heard my crazy claim that prospects only care about one thing, and it isn't me or you. We must meet a prospect smack in the middle of the conversation that they're having in their mind. Anything else is an assault, and they will flee. Some verbally, we're going another direction. Some silently, and some send the news over an email. Never will you get the truth, which would sound something like this. This event is extremely important to us, and what you are telling us is all about you. There is nothing in your presentation that is answering the big questions running through my mind. You're making me think, and that is something I am unable to do. Oh, and it looks like you are a huge fan of yourself. Best of luck. In that video, I also talk about the importance of finding and serving a niche. Not a couple different ones and not on the same website. I talk about becoming the big green bottle of medicine and how that leads to a very open calendar and financial hardship. Many of you wrote that this is exactly what you've been doing and made commitments to an action step that includes narrowing your market. What a treat to read that this message got through and you're taking action. Add that to what we'll cover today. Get your new strategies in front of targeted buyers and your business will improve instantly. I want to address one comment that was posted from video 2. As I said, if one of you takes the time to write it, I believe there are dozens or hundreds who are thinking it. This person wrote, "I'm willing to change to suit a client's needs. However, I think the fear I'm having is that incorporating a company's message would make me feel like I'm sacrificing my artistic message. That may not necessarily happen, but the unfamiliarity with it seems to be preventing me from trying it. I think with experience, I would find a way to make both of them work." I have 2 reactions to this. The first is, really? Look, I know this discussion could go on and on with fears and what ifs, suppositions and worst case scenarios. This discussion is always the domain of those that haven't done it. Professional entertainers, regardless of the market they're working, will do what it takes to make an audience have the best experience possible. I've juggled Big Macs, washing machine parts, and briefcases. Colleagues of mine have made Cadillacs appear, FedEx vans disappear, and cigarettes light up on cue. All of us are doing it to help a targeted audience understand and engage. This comment opens up a much bigger discussion about fears and how we, without ever having firsthand experience, let it derail us from success before even getting started. This is something I work on extensively with my private clients, using technologies that acknowledge the fear, delete it, and then install an updated belief that serves them in their life. I will tell you that in my experience, it is rarely about the fear, in this case, sacrificing the artistic message, and typically about something older and deeper. Take this writer, put a juicy 5-figure gig in front of him, ask him to make a 12-foot diameter prescription pill appear out of a cage full of tigers, and I believe the artistic message would be a thrill ride he'd never forget. Every successful entertainer does what he can to make the audience's experience memorable. Unless you're Bob Dylan, then it's fine to simply walk out, look down, and sing. Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big brass bed. Oh, gosh, we're back. Hey, it's time. Let's take a swipe at that naughty 3-letter word that I told you will single-handedly take down any message that you pitch to a buyer. How do you know if your materials are infected with ego? Take the simple EGO test. E, everything. It's all about me. G, generalist. I can do it all. O, oblivious. Oblivious to the needs of a buyer. Let's take a quick look at a website through the eyes of a buyer who is looking for an act to turn their event into a masterpiece. I've done my best to hide the identity of this person. This is not a critique on him as a person. I could run this example on hundreds of websites. The only reason I chose this one is because it's Flash, and you couldn't find this on Google even if you put the exact text in quotes. So in addition to being a good example of an ego test, it's a reminder for all of us, the Flash party's over. Send your site back to the 90s for a refund. Sites these days need to be readable by Google and packed with keywords that your prospects are searching. And this is a long discussion we will have on another day. Even a quick glance at this site reveals some items that fails the ego test. First, we see the E, everything about me, my magical art, about me. This, of course, is followed by a we, just for good measures. Next, we tackle the G for generalist, I can do it all. The plea to be all things to all people. Close up to grand illusion. Street magic to mentalism. And finally, the O for oblivious to the needs of the buyer. We enjoy doing shows for all and any occasions. And I note the any in caps just to solidify the lack of focus to a particular market. Believe it or not, the prospect not only doesn't care about where Larry enjoys performing, he isn't even thinking about Larry. Next, we move to the body copy. 5 paragraphs, and 4 of them start with the word Larry, making this piece of writing not only unimaginative, it's clearly not joining the conversation in the buyer's head. And lastly, friends, please don't have music or video start automatically. No one has ever gone to a page and frantically searched to find the button to turn on the music or start the video, only to turn them off. Don't become a pain in the prospect's side that quickly. Give yourself some time to earn their trust. Get under their skin with great photos, excellent copy, and a few sparkling testimonials. In the last video, I promised you that I would tell you why our Carson or Leno footage isn't even featured on our promotional reel. And can you guess why, based on what I just shared? It doesn't align with the buyer's core need. She isn't looking to hire us for anything except for 600 sales reps at a convention in Vegas. You know what's on our reel? Us entertaining 600 sales reps at a conference in Vegas. Market, message, connected. Cutting out great footage of us doing a 2-minute comedy bit with Carson or throwing torches around Jay Leno, that requires a 100% removal of the ego. Turning the focus instead, how can I answer the core desires of my clients? Difficult at first, easy once we saw the results. Letting go of ego was letting go of the anchor that was holding us down. What anchor can you identify in your marketing message? I also promised that I would show you a secret ninja tool to learn the terms most important to your prospect. Can you guess what it is based on what you just learned? It's the place where they put what's most important to them, their website and promotional materials. I don't dare talk to a client without spending 5 to 10 minutes taking notes on every word that matters to them. These words are not hard to find. It doesn't matter if you're researching a library, a festival, a college, corporation, association, or special event. The text that they put out is what matters to them. Your conversation with them should be based, to whatever extent possible, on what you read on those pages. This is a skill, and there's a lot more to it, no doubt about it. I suggest you practice diligently on every single inquiry you get. I've enjoyed sharing this information with you over the last week. Reading your comments and emails lets me know that there is a huge demand for marketing knowledge, and that it's better if it happens sooner than later. I've been blessed with 30 plus years in this business and wouldn't trade a second of it for a life of gainful employment. As entertainers, we attract friends from around the world. We send out ripples and touch lives long after the lights go down. I know the challenges of marketing an act and making it successful. I know this intimately from running my own business and from running my training sites at Get More Corporate Gigs and Showbiz Blueprint. Since 2009, I've coached hundreds of entertainers and developed strategies that they've used to create the lives that they want for themselves and their family. And to be completely transparent, it's not an easy thing to do. It may well be the hardest thing you ever do, and the work pays off many times over. In the next few days, you'll be hearing more about the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings program. It's the absolute best of recordings from a trio of 10-week group coaching programs that I did live over the last year and a half. Brian Glow spoke about his experience with the program during my second video, and I'll share more testimonials from entertainers just like you who have taken part in my live and Vault Recordings programs and now have solid marketing tools and strategies in place. They're booking more gigs more often for more money, and it isn't surprising. They're doing what works. I built the Showbiz Blueprint in response to the members of GetMoreCorporateGigs.com who were asking for a more intensive, guided, and step-by-step approach to building their businesses and booking better gigs. You'll get full access to the techniques and systems I've developed and used over the past 25 years. This program puts me directly in your business for 10 weeks with coaching calls, accountability groups, private forums, lesson guides, daily homework, and so much more. That's what I aim to provide every member of the Showbiz Blueprint. I believe that very little can change in your career until you get your inner game in order. What goes in comes out, and over the 10 weeks, we work with input that creates remarkable output. Rarely does what we desire come in a package that looks anything like what we expect it to. Tomorrow, you'll receive information about the upcoming session of the Showbiz Blueprint. It might be what you've been waiting for in a completely unrecognizable package. I want to end this video by asking you to share a vision in the comment section below. I want to know what a bright professional moment in the future of your career looks like. Tell me about the big show that is yet to come. Close your eyes. Imagine in all the detail you can. How will you get there? What will it look like backstage? Who's the audience? How long will you do? Do you get a standing ovation? If you can't imagine it, my experience tells me you can't create it. And if you can imagine it, I want to be there with you to help create it. This is Barry with the Showbiz Blueprint, and as you can tell, I'm losing my sunlight. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, it's Barry with Showbiz Blueprint here for the fourth and final video in this series, and it has been a great ride. Wonderful to hear your feedback on the videos and big dreams and action steps. The big show yet to come. In the first 3 videos, I shared my story with you. The one that's been going on for 30 years, starting at Renaissance festivals and progressing through comedy clubs and fairs, cruise ships, television, opening acts, theaters, and for the past 25 plus years, corporate entertainment. It's felt like a few lifetimes, and I know that many of you are on various points along a similar path. I want to tell you what an honor it's been to be a part of your life through these videos, through meeting you on the road, or even if we're good friends. One of the most remarkable parts of this career is the relationships that we build with other talented entertainers from around the world. I mean, would any of us, even for a moment, trade in the thrill of live performing and the excitement of travel or the creativity of our show for a desk job? This profession is the great adventure, and at its core, it's a lonely profession. The hours of practice and sitting on airplanes, here in an office booking shows, and packing up hotel rooms is not the glamorous picture that most people imagine when they see us on stage getting laughs and applause. There's always something to do if you want to continue growing your business and getting better gigs. Hey, I did this in video 2 and I have to do it here again. Another disclosure alert. As part of a team act, I have spent my career blessed with an extremely funny and creative partner. The majority of the comedy in our show was written and directed by the guy with the hair, Dan Holzman. By the way, he's a fantastic coach in his own right, having helped dozens of entertainers tighten jokes and build routines from the ground up. Having that creative part of the act covered freed me up to focus on the business part of a career, and that is a place where I found enormous joy. The challenge of finding the right person, getting them on the phone, creating a relationship that led to a killer booking. I'm like a kid in a chocolate factory in that arena. And I know that's a place where many entertainers clam up and shut down and ultimately hide from. I know the cost of that fear, and I want to offer you a better way. Entertainers have the ability to cause ripples and have their work inspire a new way of thinking. As a 6-time presenter at the annual TED Conference, I've spent the last 10 years immersed in a pool of creative thinkers and doers on an international level. The most memorable of those people have been the entrepreneurs who, against all odds, have carved out moments of brilliance and done what it takes to bring it to audiences. And the soggy spot in so many entertainers' careers is the stuff that happens off the stage. How to find buyers, how to speak to them, what to say, and more importantly, how to listen. There are dozens of ways to blow a possible opportunity, and most of them are typical and expected and fixable. Well, as I mentioned in my last video, today I want to tell you about the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program, version 2. In this video, I want to offer you the opportunity to hear about it, what it'll mean to your career, and what it'll mean to your life. First, in the interest of good storytelling that teaches us that it's always better to show than to tell, I want to introduce you to someone that recently completed the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program.
My name's Julian Mather, and I want to tell you about my experiences with Barry Friedman Showbiz Blueprint Vault. And first of all, just let me say that if you want to improve the business side of your act, then if you don't do this course, you are nutso. Yeah, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I just want to tell you as well that I'm a children and families entertainer. So when I saw the corporate tag, I got scared off on this. But let me tell you, let me reassure you that if you're a children's and family entertainer, you can use 85–90% of what you are taught in this course. It's easily transferable across. In fact, I'd go as far to say that you could transfer 80% of this material to almost any business, and it's going to work for you. Now, over the years, I've done a few courses, and this one is hands down the best, because Barry just doesn't talk the talk. Barry lets you into his office. He lets you into his mind. He even partly lets you into his life. And when you hang around Barry for the 10 weeks or so of this course, you find out that he's actually a little bit mad, but in a really nice way. You get to listen when Barry makes phone calls and books a $10,000 act. I mean, I've always wondered, what do people say on the phone? You get to hear it right there. You get to see the emails that he sends. You get to see the videos that he makes and sends. And then you get shown the tools how to make these things. And then he gives you all the templates. So it's like you've snuck into Barry's office one night and you've opened up his computer and gone, oh, so that's how he does it. You are just going to be knocked out by the sheer volume of material that you find on this course. And what also surprised me is how state-of-the-art it is. In fact, I think it's best practice. You don't have to look any further. The way that Barry does it is the way that people will be doing it in 5 to 10 years' time. It's great now because I feel like I've got in on the ground floor on this. So has this course changed me? Yeah, it has. I'll just give you a couple of ways out of, well, probably dozens. I used to be terrified of using the phone. The phone is now my friend. Yeah, and I never realized how important and how much I was missing out by not having good, solid phone technique. Barry lays it out. You get templates. You get, he calls it a phone blueprint. It's fantastic. I've also had my eyes opened to other forms of income stream. Now again, a lot of this you wouldn't even be aware of, but it's all really relevant to you as an entertainer. I've been encouraged to ask big questions about myself, like, who am I? It's like a free therapy you get, and it's great block building, and who am I in relation to the market? So you don't have to come back in 5 months' time or 5 years' time and rebuild everything because you got those foundations wrong. Barry deals with all that in this course. And probably, look, this is the best thing out of this course, is I have now access to a community of like-minded and bigger thinking people, because you'll find the people in this course are people who are going to encourage you and stimulate you and really help you to get that ball rolling and keep everything going. Let me sum this up by saying that this is not a perfect course. You'll never find a course that's perfectly tailored for you, but from what I've seen out there, this is about as close as you are going to get. So if you want to give yourself the best possible chance of succeeding in this business, you're already here. Stop looking around all the other websites. Just sign up with Barry. You will not be disappointed.
Thank you, Julian, and keep going. That man took what he learned in this program with both hands and an open mind, and I have enjoyed watching him relaunch himself in such a bigger way. The Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program version 2. It's a 10-week program. Lessons are released once a week. These webinar recordings are the best of recordings from 3 sold-out sessions of Showbiz Blueprint live coaching program. Each lesson runs from 1 to 2 hours and focuses on 2 or 3 specific areas of your business. I dig deeply into these major topics that will transform your business and up your value to the market and get you more gigs faster and easier. We're going to operate on 2 tracks. One, the fastest path to the cash, and the other is the big picture. Each week we'll move forward on both tracks systematically and with great momentum. Next, as a member of the program, you'll also be granted access to a private forum where the community connects to create, brainstorm, and support each other. I'm in that forum daily, as are most of the other members, chiming in from all over the world. Then there's your private member area, where you'll find the support documents and audio and recordings, video, special reports, and daily homework. Daily homework. Yep, your cage is going to get rattled. Over the course of the 10 weeks, we'll have 2 additional tech calls. In one tech call, we'll focus on specific hardware, software, and services that you can use to create the most professional presentation possible. This one alone is worth more than the full investment of the program. Additionally, in tech call number 2, I will uncover something that is rarely considered by performers and has the potential, as a few members of past courses have discovered, to create a passive income stream that pays you even when you're asleep. For version 2 of the Showbiz Blueprint Vault program, I'm adding 2 live webinars specifically designed to bring you the most up-to-the-moment techniques and strategies that are working right now. Topics will include advertising, technology, social media, referral, in-person, and automated processes that I have mastered and weren't included in earlier sessions of the program. What is impossible to list here is the community support and momentum that you'll be a part of. Let's face it, you can have all the information in the world and nothing will change. In the Showbiz Blueprint program, we have you covered. Everyone in the program is assigned to an accountability and mastermind group. These groups will meet at least once a week for about 30 minutes. The calls will be with your group and run according to a very strict protocol, which I have created and tested. The purpose of these calls is not to run on and on about the story. It's to give each member the gift of an ongoing support team. Cement in the action steps that you'll take before the next call and check in with your team to report your status. I could not thrive without my accountability, mastermind, and brainstorm groups, and I know you won't be able to either. The more interesting question is to look at how your life will be different 10 weeks after this program. What gifts will you be able to give yourself, your family, and the world once you have a system in place that strategically channels all of your efforts towards booking more gigs for more money? Here's a sample of the comments I've received from past members when I asked what they got most from the program. I've inspired others to do better. I have much more family time. My wife now believes in me and my ability to be an entertainer. I get more respect from my peers. I almost doubled my fee in 10 weeks. I'm thinking about quitting my day job. I sleep better knowing that I have this system in place. I've lost weight that I was using to protect me from a world I'm no longer afraid of. I can see that soon I'll be the guy that I once dreamed of being. My wife is pregnant. I had nothing to do with that one. I'm converting calls into gigs at 8 times my previous rate. I'm giving back to the community where I perform. I've hired an assistant, and I never imagined doing that. I'm learning how to have a healthy relationship with money. I know it might be scary to step into this level of change. I get it. If it wasn't hard, you'd already be doing it. The Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recording Program version 2 is the opportunity for you to make this shift in behavior and mindset with a group of other creative individuals who are deciding that now is the time. There is a place in this world called the hassle-free zone. It's a place where there is no change, no resistance, and no opportunity to take bold risks. Most of us know that place very well. Many are quite comfortable there and have no intention of ever leaving. This is not that. As a member of the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program version 2, you'll be challenged. Your assumptions and your ability to transform will be tested. You'll have the support of myself and the community with each step, and you'll find a bigger version of yourself. It is said that when we come to an edge and step off, we either find new ground or learn how to fly. In this program, you will be encouraged and guided to step off many edges. You'll move into a mindset of creating 100% of the time, creating 100% of the time, to look at challenges, disappointments, and failures through the eyes of creation, a completely different game than most of us have ever played. So why did I create the Showbiz Blueprint? I truly care about performers. These are the people that saved my life as a young man by giving me a home and inviting me into their world. Before I had any reason to be on a stage, I was encouraged and mentored by entertainers that saw the potential in me. I really don't need to be doing this, any of this, and it's something I must do. Because when this life is over, I have to know that I made a difference. I want my son and I want all of you to make a difference because I made a difference. I stand for empowering entertainers to get out of their own way and create a business that is sustainable, profitable, and still fun. My mission for this project is to motivate and inspire artists to dig, discover, and embody their highest calling. I want you to make the absolute most of your days on the road so that one day you can measure your success by the number of days you're at home. My biggest promise to you is this: take this journey. It'll be hard and grueling and challenging and all of that. And on the other side, you will have the life that most entertainers will continue to only dream about. You'll have respect for yourself that is measured in achievement. You'll transcend excuses and share your genius with the world. Your family and friends will believe in you, and through that, they will more easily believe in themselves. You'll have better health as a result of better sleep, less stress, financial security. I'm here today to help you make a decision about your future. This program is designed so that the right people get in. The ones that are going to do the work, transform their limited beliefs, and come out with a mindset and strategies for success. The investment in the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program version 2 is 3 monthly payments of $600. You can save over $300 by making a one-time payment of $1,497. Use the buttons below this video to apply for the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program. Once you make your payment, you'll receive an application. This form will take you upwards of 30 minutes to complete. Once submitted, I will review it and assess whether or not I believe this program is right for you. From there, you will get an email invitation to my online scheduling system where you can select a time for a one-on-one conversation with me. During that call, we can ask each other questions, see how we jive, see if we both believe this program is a fit, and make the decision about going forward. If, after reviewing your application or after our phone conversation, either of us don't believe this is a fit, I will immediately issue you a 100% refund on your payment. It's happened before, no hard feelings. What would you like your life to look like in 10 weeks? That's the first assignment I'll give you upon enrollment, and I'm going to demand that you are specific. You'll be questioned and challenged, supported and encouraged every step of the way. This is an opportunity to move into a circle of movers, to be pulled when you're feeling weak and pull others when you're feeling strong. In this program, I'll make it clear that perfection isn't worth the time it takes, and that the best way to reach your goals is by acting immediately and consistently. I'm not here to help you stay on your current path. That's going to happen just fine without this program. I'm here to change your life and make you look back on this day as a defining moment in your career. If you're ready to truly move the needle on your career and create the new future, I invite you to enroll in the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program version 2 immediately. This program comes with a total satisfaction guarantee, and you can decide anytime before the 5th call if this program has exceeded your expectations. Send an email if you're not blown away with what you get, and you'll receive a prompt refund of your full investment. I'm in this for one reason, and that is for you to get results. If this isn't happening for you, I don't want to keep your money. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. Your future needs to be bigger than your past, and this program will carry you safely out of your comfort zone into a much bigger future. This video series, My Presence in Your Life, is a fork in the road. At the end of this video, you'll make a decision about your future. You'll decide to enter a community of resources and hardcore tactics that were created and perfected, tested in the real world for building a business. Or you'll decide to continue with things the way they are. Hope marketing, waiting for the phone to ring, marketing your act with the same costly mistakes that your competition is currently making. Because of the amount of time and resources I'll be pouring into each member, registration in this program is limited, and this series of videos is being seen by more than 4,200 entertainers around the world. If you know it is your time to finally play on a bigger level, I invite you to apply right now. This is Barry Friedman with the Showbiz Blueprint Vault Recordings Program version 2, wishing you a huge success.